Chapters in chat,
where stories live
and conversations grow. Only on
Oxygen 96.9 FM.
oh, 9 FM. Chapters in chat, where stories live, and conversations grow.
Only on Oxygen 96.9. 96.9 FM. Whoa,
9 FM.
All right, good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of Chapters and Chat on Oxygen FM 96.9, where every chapters open a new conversation and every book leaves us with something to think about. My name is Floriana and it's always a pleasure to have your company. Every week on this program, we open the pages of a remarkable book, explore its characters, examine its themes, the strength, weaknesses, and of course, we would also give the book a rating. Today we are talking about a book with a title that immediately makes you curious. God, Michael, and Me, written by Rosemary Okafor and published May 8, 2022. Now, I want you to just look at the title carefully. God, Michael, and Me. Three names and three very different things. It means something entirely different. And somehow, the entire story is built around the relationship between those three. God, Michael, and Me. Who is the Me now? We don't know, and we are definitely going to find out who the Me is in this book. But the title of our book for today is God, Michael, and Me. Now, every good book has a storyteller behind it. And before we dive deeper into the book, God, Michael, and Me, I think it's important that we get to know the woman, the author, the writer behind the words, behind this book, behind this novel, Rosemary Okafor. I mean, she began her career as a journalist and an academic before following a passion for storytelling into the world of fiction. She started out writing short romance stories simply for the fun of it. So to be very honest, she didn't really see it as much of a job, of a work, rather just for the fun of it. But that passion in her, it grew into something, into a voice in Nigerian romance fiction. And today she is known for her provocative storytelling, blending romance with thrillers, suspense, humor, and just the right touch of steam. She has written some really amazing novels, including Aquago and Many Waters, and God, Michael, and Me being a part of our God and Man series, a collection of stories that brings together faith, love, drama, and all the interesting twists that keep you turning the pages. And I think that gives you a pretty good sense of the kind of story Rosemary Okafor, right, and the kind of storyteller she is, and the experience a book brings to readers like God, Michael, and Me, because yes, definitely is gonna bring that experience to us. All right, we're gonna go on a very short break, and when we return, we'll get into the plot of God, Michael, and Me. Do not go anywhere.
Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive and imagination, yeah, runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen 96.9 FM, where we explore books that connect with you in deeper ways.
Feel the journey,
Live the moment.
it's story time.
Chapters and Chat,
Where stories live,
and conversations grow. Only on
Oxygen 96.9 FM.
9 FM. Chapters and Chat, where stories live and conversations grow.
Only on Oxygen 96.9. 96.9 FM. Whoa,
I'm FM. Yeah.
All right, welcome back. You're still listening to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen FM 96.9. And of course, I am Floriana. And today we are spotlighting God, Michael and Me by Rosemary Okafor, a Christian romance that brings together love, faith, family, and the realities of trusting God's time. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the plot of this story and see what happens. When she's already retired from the search of love, she has locked up literally. She has literally closed all her mind, saying that, oh, it cannot happen again. Really though, she has locked up. But shortly afterwards, something happens that makes her reconsider her decision. Martha hears what she believes is the voice of God telling her that he is going to give her a man after his heart. At the convention, she sees Michael Bankole, and her attention is immediately drawn to him. I mean, Michael is a successful, wealthy, attractive, and deeply involved in Christian ministry. He's also a widower who has been alone for 7 years after losing his wife, Ugo, to whom he was married for 22 years. So he was married to Ugo for 22 years before he lost her. Let's not forget that Michael is also a father. Michael is a businessman. He's a preacher as well. He's also a fellowship leader. But beneath all these roles is a man still carrying the weight of grief and struggling with the memories of his late wife. And we see his relationship with Pa Adebowale, his godfather and an important father figure in his life. Also reveals just how deeply Michael held onto this part to Ugo has become more than remembrance. He's literally telling him, he's saying, Michael, at this point, move on. I mean, this beautiful woman has been gone for 22 years. It's about time you just move on. But then we see Michael and Martha, their paths continue to move towards each other. Their first proper meeting takes place at the convention bookstore. But what makes the encounter unusual is that both of them believe God has already spoken to them about meeting one another. God spoke to Martha. God also spoke to Michael that at this convention, open your eyes. You are going to meet somebody dear to your heart. Literally, God has literally placed that ground for both of them. And Martha remembers a desire she experienced as a young woman for a husband who would love God and honor him. And she begins to wonder whether this unexpected meeting is an answer to that long forgotten prayer. Because to be very honest, Martha has literally moved on with her life, and having a husband, she has literally said, oh, it's not going to happen anymore. So she has literally moved on. So in her mind, she's like, oh, is this really the answer? Is this the answer to that long forgotten prayer? While Michael, on the other hand, reveals that he too believes God told him he would meet Martha. What begins as an unexpected meeting therefore quickly becomes something much deeper for both of them, because they are not simply wondering whether they like each other. They are trying to understand whether this relationship is truly of God's plan for their life.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive and imagination runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen 96.9 FM, where we explore books that connect with you in deeper ways.
Feel the journey,
Live the
moment, it's story time.
Chapters and Chat,
Where stories live,
and conversations grow. Only on
Oxygen 96.9 FM.
9 FM. Chapters and Chat, where stories live.
All right, Michael, God, and Me. That is the book we are taking a look at today. That is our book for today. That is literally what we are going to be reviewing today. Like we said, the book, well, it's been a while since it was published. Not even gonna lie. The book was published in 2022. So yes, May 8th, 2022. It's been a long time. It was written by Rosemary Okafor. It's about a young, I won't call her young now. I'm not gonna call her young, but it's about a Christian woman, a 39-year-old Christian woman who is successful in her career, successful in her relationship with God, who is single. Apparently, she has never been married, and to be very honest, this young lady has given up. She has given up on what marriage is all about. She has said, okay, she's just going to remain this career woman and build her career to a point that she does not even have to worry about marriage or anything. So she has literally given up. But then God told her, hold my cup, your time, you don't give up just yet. Do not give up just yet. Because yes, I'm cooking something for you. And yes, God did cook. He cooked Michael for her. Michael is a minister, is a very wealthy man, He's rich, he's a husband. No, he's not a husband. He was a husband. He's a father, and yes, he's a minister, a businessman, a preacher, a fellowship leader. We see him, and he comes into the picture. He's also a widower because he lost his wife, and he's Ugo. He lost her for like 22 years now. And God is literally telling him, it's time you move on. We see these two characters cross paths with each other, and from that point the story begins to explore what happens when two people who believes they have been brought together by God try to build an actual relationship. Mind you, these people are literally, I don't want to call them old, but yes, they have literally reached their peak now. So they can't do all this dating or anything. So literally they have to do it the godly way. They have to fight every temptation surrounding them. They have to do this relationship the godly way, because yes, they are brought together by God at the end of the day, and they are trying to build an actual relationship. And Martha has a lot of expectations. She has fears, she has past experiences. Meanwhile, Michael, on the other hand, he has his grief, his family responsibilities, and unresolved emotions. He had a wife, so that emotion is still built inside of him. His feelings for his wife, for his late wife, so he's trying to fight with all those emotions, and the attraction is quite strong, very, very strong. But again, the relationship is not presented as effortless or perfect. Now they have to deal with a lot of things. They have to do with faith, with timing, because time is definitely not on their side. Is not there. That's one thing. The timing is something that was not expected, because both of them have literally locked up that nothing can happen, and they have to also deal with family. Family is definitely a major thing. I don't want to say it's like an obstacle in their relationship. Now it was one of the obstacles in their relationship, family, because Michael has a daughter. And definitely the girl is not going to allow just anyone to come in to fill her mother's space. So it's one of the issues they were fighting with. And we also see from Martha's family as well. She has to battle with them, saying that, oh, why do you want to marry a man who had already has a child, and who was married before? So all these things, they are something they had to deal with. They had to deal with self-control and the realities that comes when bringing two complicated lives together, because at a point, yes, their lives are quite complicated. It's quite complicated, and as a relationship develops, Martha is forced to confront the fact that believing God has brought someone into your life does not automatically make that relationship easy, because anybody will just think that, oh, since this relationship was coming from God himself, that, oh, the relationship is gonna be easy, it's just gonna be there. But trust me, their relationship was far from easy. It wasn't easy for them at all. And while Michael too must learn to make room for new love without feeling that doing so means forgetting or betraying the woman he lost. That is his ex-wife. That is his late wife, Ugo. And their journey therefore becomes much about finding love. It becomes a story about learning to trust God while navigating human emotions, because again, they have emotions, they have feeling. They're trying to navigate grief, their family expectations, physical desires, definitely there, and yes, that doubt that comes with that their type of relationship now. And as Martha and Michael, they move closer to one another, the story continues to test whether their faith in the relationship can withstand the challenges that comes with it. All right, we're going to take a very short break here on Chapters and Chats. When we return, we'll continue with the story of God, Michael, and me. We're going to get straight into, let's say, the themes of the story.
Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive and imagination, runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen 96.9 FM, where we explore books that connect with you in deeper ways.
Feel the journey,
Live the
moment, it's story time.
Chapters and Chat,
Where stories live
and conversations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. Chapters and chat, where stories live, and conversations grow.
Only on Oxygen 96.9. 96.9 FM. Whoa,
I'm FM.
All right. Welcome back. This is Chapters and Chats on Oxygen FM 96.9. And yes, we are looking at God, Michael, and me. And now it's time to get into the stories. We're going to be talking about the theme, the characters, and yes, what makes the book worth reading and the things surrounding the book, literally. So let's just get straight into the themes of the book. The themes, what is the book actually saying? What is it saying? Like I used to say something that every great book must have a meaningful theme surrounding it. It has to have something the book is actually talking about, what it is saying. And now one of the theme of the book is God's timing. Like I said, it's definitely a Christian book, so it's like God's timing, the most obvious theme of the book. I mean, Martha is 39 when she meets Michael. She has already concluded that yes, marriage is not gonna happen for her. It's not gonna happen. It's not for her. Then the story therefore challenges the idea that there is a universal deadline for certain life milestone. It's literally challenging that idea that, come on, what do you mean that there has to be a deadline for things that are happening? So it's definitely one, God's timing. And number two is faith and doubt. We see Martha believes, but she also have doubts in her mind, like, hey, is this thing gonna happen? Definitely. She has the faith though. Let's not get it wrong. Martha has faith. But again, she has that doubt that, hey, she's not, hey, is this impossible? So yes, we also see that. And we also see Michael believes, and we see struggle as well. And that is definitely the point, that faith doesn't mean you never have questions. Having faith now does not mean, oh, you do not have questions. Another one is grief, and that is going to go to Michael's relationship with Ugo's memory. That is his late wife, and it is a major part of his character. It's literally what shaped his character, what built his character, and will I say the character development he has. So he has to learn that loving someone who died doesn't mean he cannot love someone who is still alive. Definitely, he loves his late wife so much, but now, come on, it's been 22 years now. He just had to move on, and he has to learn that, okay, because he loves Ugo so much does not mean that he cannot still love someone who is still alive. Another one is love and desire, and of course the book doesn't separate romantic love from physical attraction. Instead, it presents both and explore the characters attempting to manage them within their faith. See, there were lots of temptation for these characters, for both Michael and Martha. Now there were lots and lots of temptation, but they have to fight that desire. They have to. Another one is definitely family. I mean, marriage in this story isn't just about Martha and Michael now. It's about their parents having opinion about Michael's child also having the feelings, having opinion as well, grandparents having expectations, culture matters, and eventually family approval becomes one of the obstacles in this book that they must face, because there was a lot of obstacle in the book for them, and one of it is family. We see Martha trying to win over Michael's daughter. We see Michael trying to win over Martha's family. So yes, there's definitely lots of obstacle, and it's coming from the family now. Another one is obedience, and both characters repeatedly ask, what does God want me to do? So they were definitely obedient. They were trying not to make mistakes, and that becomes particularly important when their characters tell them to do something different. When their emotions now tell them to do something different, they have this conflicted mind. They are confused, like, oh, God is saying I should do one thing, but my emotions now are telling me to do another thing. So yes, they have to choose who they want to obey, who they want to listen to. So we see them struggle a lot with that.
Yeah. 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 There's a place where stories come alive and imagination, yeah, runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen 96.9 FM, where we explore books that connect with you in deeper ways.
Feel the journey,
Live the moment.
it's story time.
Chapters and Chat,
Where stories live,
and conversations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM.
I gave 3 characters name. I identified 3 characters name. And Ugo. Yeah, that's 4 now. Ugo. I mentioned the fact that Michael did have a daughter, but I didn't mention the name of the girl now. So I named 4 characters in this book. But now let's take a look at Mata at 4 characters in this book. But now let's take a look at Mata as a character. Literally. For me, yeah, Mata is one of the most interesting. Mata is one of the most interesting part of the book because she isn't represented as some represented as some perfect Christian woman who has everything figured out. She has faith, yes, but at the same time she also has that doubt in her mind, and she prays. But she also has questions. She wants to trust God, but sometimes she also struggles with what she believes God is doing, and she made a lot of errors, which I definitely admire, and it makes her human. Yeah, I know it's weird saying that you love the errors that someone made, but the fact that she made these errors is what I liked about her, that okay, she's human and she's growing. So I definitely love that about Mata. I love that. Now another person is Michael Bankole. According to Mata, now he's this tall man, this tall, dark skin, chocolate, good looking, dark man. See, all these are just Mata's description of him, not mine. Now that is how my Mata definitely described Michael Bankole. Now we meet Michael Bankole. Michael is not simply Mata's love interest. Now he has a story of his own. He comes with his own history, that the fact that he's married to Ugo for 22 years, and the fact that death affected him deeply. So it comes with his own story, and for 7 years now he decided to remain a widower. And interestingly, Michael also receives what he believes is divine instruction concerning Mata. So yes, I definitely love that. And when he sees her at the conversion, he experienced an immediate attraction. This attraction was definitely immediate. Yeah, he experienced an immediate attraction and recognition. He could tell, he could spot her amongst others that this is the person, and there was definitely nothing holding him back. The only thing that was holding him back was Ugo's memory now, because he initially feels that accepting another woman could somehow betray the woman he lost. And yes, I think this gives like the entire romance and emotional layer. It gives it that emotional layer. And Michael isn't just a rich, handsome, powerful man who appears to sweep matter off our feet. He's also a widower. He's a father, a businessman, a preacher, and a fellowship leader, a son. Yes, a son. And yeah, he also has someone trying to understand what God wants from him. He's also someone trying to understand what God wants from him. So I love his character a lot. Then we also see another interesting character who is Pa Adebowale, and is literally Michael's godfather, and he played a major role in his life. I must say, he really played a major role in Michael's life. It gives more insight to who Michael is, because if you're just reading the book on the surface without this Pa Adebowale's POV, we definitely not get to see who Michael is. We're just going to think that Michael is just one character who is just a rich businessman, but this man, Pa Adebowale, he gives more insight into who Michael is, and I really love that. So Paul Adebowale is one person that challenges Michael. He challenges him about everything, about how he expresses his grief, and he's even the one that suggested that, yes, I understand that you still like this woman. She, at the end of the day, she was once your wife. You love her so dearly, you love her deeply, but it doesn't mean now that you should not try to still find love. So he definitely played a very important role in Michael and Martha's relationship. And of course, yeah, we see Michael's daughter as well. I'm not going to say too much about her, but she's just a little girl who misses her mother, and will I call her a troubled child now, because yes, she's a troubled child, and she gave Martha a hard time, literally, because she doesn't want nobody coming to take her mother's spot. She's like, how can daddy move on so fast? What happened to mommy? How can daddy move on? So she's definitely a troubled child. All right. We are going to be taking a look at the strength, the weaknesses. Why did this book work, and why does it not work? After this very short break, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive and imagination, runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapters and Chat on Oxygen 96.9 FM, where we explore books that connect with you in deeper ways.
Feel the journey,
Live the moment,
it's story time.
Chapters and Chat,
Where stories live.
and conversations grow. Only on Oxygen 96.9 FM. 9 FM.
All right, now let's talk about what worked and what did not. And okay, let's be brutally honest. What worked for me? What worked? One, I think, is the character. The character have personalities. Martha feels like a person. Michael feels like a person. Even the supporting characters have their own voices. And yes, that's definitely one of the things that worked for me. The characters now have a personality, and I really love that. Another thing is the dual POV. I love the fact that there are two POV, there are two thoughts. We're not looking at it from one person's perspective or a third person POV. Now that's the author trying to say the story. We're getting to see both Martha's and Michael's thoughts, and it makes the relationship definitely easier to understand. So I definitely love that, the POV, the fact that it's two POV, Martha's POV and Michael's point of view POV. All right, now another one is the humor, and yeah, there are some moments that are quite funny. Martha is such a funny character. I'm not even going to lie. That young lady, she's very funny. Very, very funny character. She's just doing some things, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing, young woman? Okay, another one is definitely the Nigerian setting. I love that it is a Western Christian romance, and yes, there are Nigerian names, family structures, cultural expectations, location, and social realities. So Nigerian settings. You see, when I'm reading an African book, I love when the book is African. Now, there's nothing wrong with authors that mix it up, that gives us both the foreign aspect and the African book. But you see, when you say something is African, and I can feel it that yes, this book is truly an African book, I would definitely give you your credit for that one. All right, another one is the spiritual dimension. It's God isn't simply mentioned occasionally in this book. Its faith actually drives many of these characters' decision. I love the fact that they have faith and they live by what they believe in. I actually love that. I've not put out any question out there, so I'm wondering why are the calls coming in. But yes, or if you want to call, if you've read the book and you want to say something about it, you can definitely still call in 07047003969 or 07047002969. Those are the numbers to call. But in the meantime, let's go back to the book. What could have been stronger? I'm not gonna give any biased opinion right now. I'm just gonna stay straight and what I feel could have actually been stronger in the book. At number one, I feel like the romance in the book was moving very quickly. I know some people might not have issues with that because there are some people that love these things, that love romance that are very, very quick. So yes, I feel like the romance was actually moving very quickly in the book. The attraction between Martha and Michael is intense, almost immediately. That tension it came almost immediately. So yeah, I didn't really like that, and yeah, that works. That might work for some people that enjoys instant chemistry, but some readers might just want a slow emotional development. And to be very honest, you see that slow emotional development is one thing that builds a love book into something that is beautiful. Not that there's anything wrong with the fast instant chemistry though, but yes, you see that slower one, it's definitely something that makes you excited to want to stay glued to the book. There are some moments when Michael's wealth and influence become almost larger than life. That's another thing now that I feel like I didn't really like. There are some moments when Michael's wealth and influence, because Michael is a very, very rich man, is wealthy. Is very, very rich. So yes, and he has the influence. It's almost as if it's larger than life, and it's not to an extent it's giving not realistic. And some people might have different feelings about how some of his powerful man behavior is presented romantically. Why some people they might not have any biased opinion to that, because yet again some people feel like they enjoy these things. Some people enjoy these things actually. So yes, and finally, because the story is strongly faith based, it's a Christian book, so some people who don't connect with Christian friction may find some of the spiritual conversations repetitive, like it's just a repetition. So some people might find it a little bit repetitive. So yes, but for some audience, the book is written for. You will definitely love it. It's part of the appeal. If you are into Christian frictions or these faith based novels, you would definitely love that aspect of it. Now, I understand the fact that no book is perfect, and God, Michael, and Me, certainly it has its strength and areas where some people might not really enjoy. For me, one of its biggest strength is the way it combines romance with faith, grief, family, and personal struggles. So it carries that strength, and the characters, like they feel like the characters feel like people that lived before the story began. I don't know how I'm gonna put that, but the characters feels like it feels like we are just seeing so a part of their lives. I don't know if we get it. It's like they have a life before the story began. So I definitely love that. I love that the characters are showing the fact that okay, they have a life outside the entire plot. So I love that. But on the other hand, some parts may feel predictable. It's again, it's a romance book, so it's definitely predictable, especially if you're familiar with Christian romance. Now it's quite predictable. You definitely know what's gonna happen next. And for some readers, the religion messaging may feel a little bit too much, a little bit heavy. Like I said before, it might feel a little bit heavy. So Like every book you experience will really depend on what you enjoy as a reader. It depends on what you enjoy. Some people don't mind. Some people actually they like everything. All right, because of our time, let's just go straight into the writing style of the book. How did Rosemary Okafor, or how did she write the book? One thing I really love about book is the way the author now, how they put their words together, how they put their thoughts together. I really love that a lot. I'm not going to lie. Now let's talk about move away from the plot. Let's talk about the writing. What is Rosemary Okafor writing style like? And for me, it's quite conversational, and it's character driven. Our writing is conversational, and again it's also character driven, so I love that. And Martha's narration, especially, I have to give it up for Martha. I'm not even going to lie, because our narration was up to point. It was tea. It was like she was beside me telling me the entire stories. The way she jokes, the way she exaggerates, like she's talking directly to readers. So I love that. And she makes little observations. She's self-aware. So I love that. And because the book doesn't know, I love that. Martha would just come and she would just literally say, girl, let me tell you what happened to me. I'm like, woman, do you know who is reading your book right now? It's like you're talking to me. It's like you're telling me the stories. I love that. And I think it's definitely part of the charm of the book. And the switch between Martha's POV and Michael's POV is something I really like. That is important, because we also have to see what Michael is thinking. We can't just conclude from Martha's point of view. So knowing what Michael is thinking is very important. We know him, we get to access his thought, what he finds attractive, his grief, his doubt, his jealousy, in fact his spiritual struggles as well. We get to see that as well, and it creates an interesting contrast in the book. And yeah, if the story had remained entirely Martha's perspective, Michael would have remained just mysterious. I will not even get to know much about him. So I love the fact that the author used both points of view in our story.
Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive, and imagination runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to chapters and chat.
All right. Let's quickly take a look at the rating. It is rating time. We are going to rate right now God, Michael, and Me by Rosemary Okafor. All right, for the plot, it's an engaging Christian romance that explores love, faith, grief, family, and the uncertainty of waiting for the right person, while keeping the story moving through emotional and personal conflict. But yeah, we get to see them struggle with themselves as well. So it's quite a good storyline. It's a good plot, but again, it's just the usuals, literally. So for the plot, I'm going to give the plot an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give the plot an 8 out of 10. For the characters now, I'm not going to lie. You see Martha making me to laugh. I really love that. Martha and Michael, they are emotionally layered. They are relatable and engaging with personal histories, vulnerabilities, desires, faith journeys that gives depth to their relationship. So I love their characters a lot, especially Martha. You can tell Martha is my favorite character now. I love Martha character. So I love the character, and I love the character development some of the characters had. Like Michael's daughter, she had a very good character development. So I'm going to give the characters a 9 out of 10 because I really love it. The writing style, I love it. Conversational, accessible, and engaging with humor. Come on, I love the fact that there is humor there, and the internal dialogue and alternating perspective, the Michael's POV, Martha's POV. I really love that, and it makes us to experience both Martha's side of the story and Michael's side of the story. So definitely the writing style for me is definitely an 8.5 out of 10. The theme, one thing I always look out for any book, for any story, is definitely the theme of the book. I love the theme. We can see faith in it, we can see God's timing, we can see love, we can see grief, we can see waiting, we even saw temptation, self-control, family, obedience, forgiveness. Yes, so I love books that actually writes around good themes. So definitely the theme for me is gonna be a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Originality, yeah, why the Christian romance genre is quite familiar. We see that genre, we see that, oh, it's something we see, it's quite familiar now. The story also gives that Nigeria identity through its characters, its cultural expectation, the family dynamics now. So the originality for me is an 8 out of 10. Overall rating, if you are looking for a novel that entertains while challenging you to reflect on faith, love, God's timing, family, and that thing that you're not certain about, God, Michael, and Me is definitely worth reading. If all this is I just mentioned are what you're looking for, God, Michael, and Me is definitely worth reading. So overall, I'm going to be rating the book a solid 8 out of 10. And yes, 8 out of 10 is definitely not a bad. It's not bad, to be very honest. And I feel like I'll be too lenient with my rating these days. Like, come on, I thought I was going to be giving books 7, 6, but look at me now, giving books 8, 8.5, 9. Come on, I think I need to work around that.
Yeah. There's a place where stories come alive and imagination runs wild. Every chapter has a story, and every story deserves a voice. Welcome to Chapter and Chat.
Christian novels, you definitely want to pick that one up because it's an interesting read if you enjoy Christian romance. All right, because of our time, we are going to draw the curtain right here on Chapters and Chat on Oxygen FM 96.9. I really want to apologize that I'm not going to be taking any calls today, but yes, because I see the calls coming in, but do not worry, next week we are going to take your calls, your questions, and yeah, probably from next week we are going to you all are going to start recommending books for us. You tell us a book you want us to review, you bring it to us, and definitely I'm going to be taking a look at that book. I really said I was not going to take any calls, but yeah, this person keeps calling repeatedly, so might as well just take it.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. What's your name and where you calling